Let's begin with our inside story of Michael Jackson's mysterious relationship with his closest advisor during his final months. NBC's Jeff Rossen is here with the Today investigation. Hey, Jeff.
Hi, Ann and Matt. Good morning to you. Ever since Michael Jackson's death, we've been looking into his life. Turns out he trusted a lot of people. Friends tell us he was so naive, so innocent, he often trusted the wrong people. In fact, by the end, they say, he was living in fear of his top advisor, a man by the name of Tohme Tohme. This morning, you'll hear Jackson himself talking about Tohme in a recording never heard before. He's frightened and looking for a way out. At a time when Michael Jackson wore masks everywhere and virtually hid from the world, there was one man who made his way in. Tohme Tohme had an all-access pass to Jackson's life. Did Michael Jackson trust the wrong people?
A lot of times in life he did.
Frank DeLeo was Michael's longtime friend and served as his manager during the Thriller days. What did Michael tell you that Tohme was doing?
He said he's trying to say who I can see and where I can see them, and he said, I don't like it.
He had taken over Michael's complete life. He had taken over.
June Gatlin was Michael's spiritual advisor.
Michael was deathly afraid of him. That's an excellent word, deathly afraid.
What was Michael afraid of?
He was afraid of who this man is, afraid of whatever this man may or be capable of doing.
Court papers reveal Tohme's been accused of everything from fraud to making threats. And all of it, friends say, was getting too close for Michael Jackson.
Last time we spoke, you told me to check on Dr. Tohme, and I did a complete checking.
In September 2008, with Michael's permission, she taped one of their phone sessions. In this exclusive recording never heard before, Michael launches into his fears about his top advisor, Tohme Tohme.
This guy, he just has ways about him that looks like see what he's done. There's this divide between me and my representatives, and I don't talk to my lawyer, my accountants. I talk to him, and he talks to them. That's not good. I know it's not good. I don't like it. And I want to get somebody in there with him that I know and trust. I don't know what's in my accounts. I don't know.
Oh, that's not good, Michael.
I know that's not good.
When Michael talked to you about Tohme Tohme, what did he say?
June, I don't like him. I don't trust him. He's mean. He's trying to keep me and separate me from everything and everybody I love.
We cannot allow somebody to just be in total control of your life.
I totally agree with that. That's why I'm calling you.
Michael's friends and business associates told us Tohme was abusing his power, both financially and emotionally, cutting Michael off from his oldest friends, even his own family. So how did a complete stranger get so close to the world's most famous performer? It was the summer of 2008. Friends say Michael Jackson was frail and depressed. It had been 7 years since his last original hit. Jackson had hundreds of millions of dollars of debt and was in danger of losing Neverland. Things were bad. That's when his brother Jermaine introduced Michael to Tohme, a wealthy businessman who promised to pull Michael out of his financial spiral. Tohme spoke with Matt just 2 weeks after Michael's death.
In the early days when I met with Michael, I was taking care of everything. I was taking care of his personal affair, his business, his day-to-day life. When I came to Michael's life, I was the only one there.
Tohme kept his promise and saved Neverland from foreclosure. He says he was trying to do what was best for the man he described as his friend.
I remember that Michael Jackson has the biggest heart of any person I ever met. He's full of love and passion. And I love Michael Jackson, and I'm going to miss him.
He also negotiated Jackson's comeback tour with AEG, but behind the scenes, Tohme was plagued with problems. NBC News has obtained hundreds of pages of court documents from the 1990s detailing allegations of fraudulent real estate loans against Tohme. He resolved the suits before they went to trial without ever admitting any liability. He goes by Dr. Tohme, but he isn't licensed to practice medicine in any of the states he's lived in. Tohme has claimed he's an ambassador at large for the country of Senegal. We checked with the Senegalese embassy in Washington. They've never heard of him. We, of course, wanted to speak with Tohme for this story, to ask him about all the accusations. He declined our request for an on-camera interview. In fact, just in the past several days, his people stopped returning our calls entirely. How much control did Tohme Tohme have over Michael Jackson's finances?
He had pretty much complete control.
In what way?
He had checking accounts. He was having money put into the accounts. He was signing checks.
He was signing checks for Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
And Michael allowed that?
He gave him the power to do it.
The final straw came just months before Michael's death as he announced his London concerts. A happy moment with drama backstage. Michael's personal possessions were up for auction, and Tohme got into a dispute with the auctioneers. In court papers obtained by NBC News, the auctioneer said Tohme's people actually threatened their lives, saying there will be bloodshed. Tohme denies ever telling anyone to say that, but it was enough for Michael Jackson to sever ties with the man who ran his life.
He said, I don't speak to Tohme. I don't want to deal with Tohme. What do we do from here? I have to write him a letter.
So you let everybody know Tohme Tohme and Michael Jackson aren't together anymore.
Right.
This is the letter written on May 5th, 2009, signed by Michael Jackson himself. It says, Dr. Tohme R. Tohme is no longer authorized to represent me. But friends say Tohme didn't take the hint. He kept trying to do business on Michael's behalf. The day of Michael's death, he was at the hospital.
If you please, there will be no question.
And weeks after Michael died, he said this to Matt.
I'm still in charge of Michael's Jackson's business. Till otherwise I am informed not to do so.
Longtime friends told us Michael had turned a corner in his final months, and firing Tohme, they say, was a big part of it. Was Michael trying to change his life around at the end?
He wasn't trying. Michael was not trying to change his life. Michael was changing his life.
In just the past couple of weeks, Tohme was back in the news. He turned over $5.5 million of Michael Jackson's money back to Jackson's estate. Tohme says he did it voluntarily. While he refused to speak on camera, Tohme told us off camera the truth about everything will come out. But Ann, he wouldn't elaborate on what the truth is or when it will come out.
You also, by the way, Jeff, also have some information about the latest in the investigation about Michael Jackson's doctors.
Right, as you know, investigators are looking into the doctors. Dr. Conrad Murray remains the focus of the manslaughter investigation, but NBC News has now learned that the DEA is considering federal sanctions, administrative action really, against Jackson's dermatologist, Dr. Arnie Klein. Just in the past couple of days, the coroner's office was back at Dr. Klein's office getting more medical records, asking more questions, and even just a day after that, just near the weekend here, the DEA was back at the pharmacy right next door to Dr. Klein's office, where Dr. Klein did business and supposedly got prescriptions for Michael Jackson. They were looking for illegal prescriptions there. And so this is really moving forward. It's unclear how this will all develop in the next week or two, but they're looking into several doctors now.
All right, Jeff Rossen this morning. Jeff, thank you.
Sure.